Shout out the numbers. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11.
You've got 11 fingers?
Yeah.
Working with kids this week, well, is there any real difference? Watch this video and find out. Hi there, it's Turan here from Feel Good Hypnosis, and in this week's video we're working with children, and well, I asked the question, is there any real differences? Now, I'm going to tell you right up front, there's no differences between adults and kids. A person is a person. Now, you have to sometimes tailor your language to make sure that you're communicating properly with a younger person, but apart from that, everything's the same. Now, this child has already been hypnotized by myself in the previous video. I'll put a link to that in one of the cards up above. But this time round, we're starting to move into the skits, and you see a couple of skits here. First of all, I stick his feet to the floor, and then I get him to forget the number 7. So let's watch the video clip so you see what I'm talking about. It's good fun, and then we'll come back, keep watching after the video clip finishes, because we'll start talking about some of the tools and techniques that I'm doing and using hypnotically in this video. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget to click the big red subscribe button so you get notified. Click the bell notification bell right next to that subscribe button. And if you have any comments or questions about, we're all working with kids, working with adults, doing skits or even hypnotherapy, ask it in the comment section below. I really want to hear your feedback and your questions so I can tailor more videos to things you want to see. In the meantime, let's watch the video.
In a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3 you can open your eyes, but every time I say the word sleep you can close your eyes, drop your head down and go 10 times deeper still. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes and sleep now. 10 times deeper, 10 times more relaxed. And 1, 2, 3, open your eyes and sleep now. 10 times deeper, 10 times more relaxed. In a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3 you're going to open your eyes and be back with us, but your legs are going to feel like they're part of that soil, part of that grass. They're going to be locked and stuck, cemented down into the ground. You will not be able to move your feet. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. Go ahead now and try and move your feet. Really try and move your feet. Isn't that cool? What's that feel like? Look at me, what's that feel like?
Concrete.
It does feel like concrete. Look at me and sleep now. Deeper, deeper, deeper relaxed. In a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3 you're no longer be stuck to the floor. But just as quickly as you're no longer stuck to the floor, just imagine now the number 7 just disappears from your mind. You cannot say the number 7. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, just like you've always counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The number 7 just disappeared. Gone. Right out of your mind, just for a while. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. Can you move now? Wasn't that cool?
Yeah.
Let's do something really fun. Hold your hands up like this here, and nice and loud. Shout out the numbers. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11.
You've got 11 fingers?
Yeah.
Hold on a minute, hold on a minute. Count this hand. 1,
2,
3, 4, 5. So there's 5 fingers in that hand. Count this hand. 1, 2, 1.
Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 and 5 is?
Yeah. 10.
Hold your hands up. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11.
You've got 11 fingers.
Yeah.
Hold on. What do you call that movie? Snow White and how many dwarfs?
7.
What's 1 and 1?
2.
What's 3 and 4?
8.
There you go. Sleep now. Deeper.
Well, welcome back. I hope you really enjoyed that video clip. It was good fun to do, and he was a great subject. So what do we see in this video? Well, I'll stress this again, make sure you get permission from the parent or guardian that's with them before hypnotizing anyone. That's very important when you're doing especially impromptu street hypnosis like this here. Let's move on from that. So what do we see first off? First off, I've hypnotized them already, and I'm fractionizing the child. So what does fractionization mean? When you see me say 1, 2, 3, wide awake, and you open your eyes, and then I say sleep again, I'm putting down into another state of hypnosis. Now, what people found when they were working with hypnosis on a week-to-week basis in a therapeutic setting with people was that when someone came back the following week, they were a bit deeper in hypnosis because they'd been hypnotized previously. So what they caught on to after a while was, well, why don't we just put them in hypnosis, wake them up, and then put them in hypnosis again in 2 or 3 times within a few seconds, back to back. And what they found was that was the same as waiting to the 3rd week before they really start doing the therapeutic work. For some in the old days, they just hypnotized someone and then woke them up and sent them home again, and did that for 2 or 3 weeks in a row before they really got to work on the deep therapeutic sessions. Nowadays, well, we just fractionate. We just wake people up and then drop them down, and that can be done very quickly. So that's the fractionation process, and because, as I pointed out at the beginning, we can do that with adults or kids. It's not because it's a young boy that we're doing this. It can be done with adults or children. Sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't do it. So it's not vital that it must be done in order to get a good state of trance. Some people just go in naturally into a very good state of trance without ever being fractionated. But that's a little sort of additional idea there. So moving on from the fractionization, I'd give him the suggestion that his feet are stuck to the floor, and then I wake him up and perfect, he cannot move his feet. He's not even trying to move his feet. So when I see that it's very clear, I prod him along by saying, really try. And notice how when I use the word try, which is a sort of presupposition of failure, and I say, really try, I'm really straining, as if he should be really straining himself. So that's a non-verbal communication from myself to him in my tone of voice that I'm really trying, he should really try, but try implies failure, as I say. So perfect in that response to that suggestion, he can't move his feet. So I move on to a bit of amnesia, and I suggest that he cannot say the number 7. And I say it 2 ways. First of all, he can't remember the number 7, and he cannot say it. So even if the number 7 comes to mind, I'm suggesting he can't say it. So he opens his eyes, and I go through the routine of getting him to count his fingers, and perfect. You know, I'd coached him in terms of a suggestion that he can say the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and obviously skipping out the number 7, and he did it perfectly. There wasn't a skip of a heartbeat going from 6 to 8 to 9 to 10. I even got to extend that skit slightly, which is a nice thing to do with this routine, is to count one hand, which is 5 fingers, count the other hand, 5 fingers. This is why I use the number 7 to disappear, not the number 4 and number 3, because people can count each hand and it's 5, and I say 5 and 5 is 10, yes, but when they count all fingers at the same time, they end up with 11 fingers. So I move on to the next stage, and it usually works. It didn't work with this guy, so you know, again, it just depends on how they are thinking. It's almost as if the movie, when I asked him, you know, what do you call the movie, Snow White and How Many Dwarfs? He said 7, so the number did come back to him. And that's because, well, at his younger age, he's not thinking of maybe the number Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs as a number. He's thinking that maybe more just as a title of a movie, and the fact that it's a number is secondary. And I think that's why maybe from the young child's point of view, why it's easy for that number 7 to pop back into his head. But you never know. Maybe it was just the suggestion wasn't strong enough. So some nice learnings in that, and again, don't panic if it doesn't go right. It went 6 through to 8 when he was counting his fingers, and that's beautiful, and that tells me that he's not thinking about that. It's just naturally happening because of the hypnotic suggestion. If the number 7 comes back once in a while when you're doing that routine, don't panic. It's not the end of the world. I think you'll agree, the guy was in hypnosis and he couldn't move his feet and he didn't remember the number 7 for long enough. I think that's a good result. Anyway, I hope you liked that video and hope you've picked up some of those tips in terms of those language patterns and structures. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget, click the big red subscribe button so you get notified every time a new video comes out from Feel Good Hypnosis. If you have any questions, make sure you just pop them in the comment section below. I do read those comments and I do get back to those who comment on my videos, and I really hope that you can give me some suggestions for things you'd like to see in the future. In the meantime, have a good week and see you next Sunday.